2016 to 2017 RAV4, the LE model. So you don't have any fog lights. And what I did was I bought an eBay kit. As 75 bucks for the kit, and I'm going to show you how to put the fog lights in. So where the fog lights go is in this section here. So you got the passenger side here blank, and you got the driver side blank. So this is where the new fog lights are gonna go. So what we have here, we have a cheap eBay kit. I'm not gonna say too cheap because it's like about 75 bucks landed. There's an OEM equal, and these are the components that we got. So we got the harness here. So it's a complete harness that you're gonna get with the kit, and you're gonna get the driver side plate, passenger side plate, fog lights. Now what we have to do, we have to assemble these into the plates. So I'll show you how to do that. But before we do that, we got a couple tools that you're gonna need. We need a ratchet with an extension, 10mm socket, so 10mm socket, ratchet. You could use the same ratchet, 12mm socket, Phillips screwdriver, 2 flat blades, one stubby, one long. You're gonna need something to pull the harness through the firewall. So I bought this. This is just like copper wire. You can use anything to pull the harness through. Also just a piece of wire which helps to pull this through, and then red electric wire with a connector on the end like this, and I'll show you where this will eventually go, and then just some tie straps, and that's about all you need. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna assemble the fog light into the plate. And if you look at the fog light, this side is higher than this side, so you'll know there's only one way it could go in. Slip this tab into this section here, and you line the 2 screws up. Easy. As I say, it can only go one way. And you just screw them in here. Be careful how you screw this in. Don't go too fast because you may strip here. So you gotta make sure of that, and then you'll be in a lot of trouble. So that's one, and then the other one here. And take your time. You don't want to strip the housing. There we got one. So we have the 2 fog lights assembling the plates. Look pretty nice, sturdy. 2 screws in on each side. All done. Alright, so what we have here, we have the 2 fog lights assembled. Now this is the harness. So I'm just going to show you how we're gonna align it. So this plugs into this, right? Eventually in the car, and this one plugs into this. So that leads into the main cable here, right? So we're following it through. And then we have the white. This white one will go to the battery. I'll show you where that goes. And this, we're gonna tap into the park light in the car. And this is a ground. So we put this on the body of the car. And this long piece with the green jack, this goes on the fog light switch that goes inside of the car. So that's basically the harness. So we're on the driver's side now. What you have to do, you have to turn the driver's side wheel to the right, and that will give you the clearance here. Now we have 3 bolts underneath here, which I will show you, and we gotta take this out. So I'm gonna start taking this out first. So you just use the stubby and the long, and this is a little bit tricky. This comes out, pry this, just give this a couple turns, pull it out. Easy to come out. Okay, I'm going to show you underneath there now the 3 bolts that you gotta take out. Okay, so we're on the left side, the driver's side, We under the car. This is under the bumper. So we're trying to get the behind the panel. So we gotta take off these three 10mm bolts. So this is one here, and one here. So let's start to do that. So one. This is like a little plate that's attached to the shield. It's very easy to come out. Alright, so if you look at the length of the two bolts, both the same. So this comes out, this piece here. And we just have the one more bolt, which is this one here. We gotta access and take out. That's it. See, it comes out really easy. Now if you look at it, that's a short one. So the short one goes here, and the two goes on this plate here. You see this little tab here? There's a hole there, so you can't make a mistake with it, with these two bolts and the plate. Very easy. So we took this plate out that I showed you with the three screws. So that's out now. So now we got to take this out. So if you look at here, the actual shield clips over the bumper. So you pull that out like this. And then you start to pull from here. Pull the bumper this way to release the shield. As well as up here. If you look at up here, you pull this out. Be very careful. And that's it. Now you have access to put in your new fog light. So inside the panel now. So if you look inside here, see this tab here, this bolt is like a clip. So we gotta get that out. That's the first thing you gotta get out. So you just use the flat blade, put it on the top of the head, and you pry it out. Comes out easy. Alright? That's what it looks like. Okay, so we're behind the panel here now, behind the bumper, and we just took this clip out from here. So this clip was to free the plate, the blank. So this is the actual blank. Now this is looking at the blank from inside the bumper. So we're looking from inside. So we have to now, with that clip off, we gotta take this blank plate out. Okay, so we have the blank plate from the front towards the inside. And if you look at the tabs here, so you start to push it and free it from the tabs. This part is a little tricky because these tabs grab onto the blank plate. So keep pushing and that's it, pops out. You can pull it through. Okay, so this is the blank plate that we just took out. I just put it back so to show you from the outside of the vehicle what it looks like. So we push this out, well actually into the bumper, and you see these clips. So this is where the plate sits in these tabs here. So this is it here. So this is the blank plate that we took out, and now there's a jack that sits clipped into the plates. We got to remove that. Now I don't know if you can see closely here in the light. I hope you can. There's two tabs. So you got to press the tab in with the flathead screwdriver. So you just press it in one side, and you press. And then on the other side is another tab. Press that as well. And just, that's it. It's out. So this, I'll show you what to do with this eventually. So we got a fog light, so we're gonna bring it in from behind the bumper, and here it is in front. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna line up the tabs. So these tabs here, see this slot here? That's gonna go through here. Make sure it goes in. That tab line up with that. Bottom tab lines up. All the tabs line up, and then you just snap it in. That's it, you're done. Okay, so we got I'm back on the driver's side fog light behind. I just want to show you where you got to put a pin in. And if you look up in the corner on the left there to the top, this pin has to go into that hole up there. Again, this pin, this is what we took out of the blank plate, has to go into that hole up there. It's a bit tough to do that and film, so I'm just going to put it in and show you what it in. Okay, so if you look now, I have the pin in. I'll show you. See, it's in. Push it through from the top, and there's the stem of it here. Yeah, so it's hard to see, but you gotta get that pin in. That holds the fog in. So we got the driver's side fog light snapped in, as I showed you earlier on. Now we're gonna come over to the passenger side. So we got the blank plate out, exactly like the other side. So the passenger side is a mirror image of the driver's side. The 3 bolts underneath, a little clip, and we took the blank plate out. So now we're gonna fish the passenger side fog light through the back here. This side has the washer bottle, so it's been a little trickier to get it in. There we go. Okay, so just like on the other side, we had to line up this tab into this tab. All the tabs lined up. This tab is not in yet. There it is. See, it goes into the slot here. This one goes into that slot. All the other tabs slide in. That's it. Once you hear those clicks, you know that it's locked, ready to go. So here we go. So we got the passenger side in, driver side in. So fog lights are in place. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna connect the harness, which is not too hard to do. Okay, so we got the harness, and if you look at the harness from the 2 jacks that connect to the fog lights, so that's one, that's the other one. So the shorter side, if you look at it, so this is the longer side, this is the shorter side. Shorter side goes on the driver side. So we gotta route that to the driver side. I'll show you how to do that. Short harness, this is the driver side. So if you come down into where the battery is, so to the right of the battery, so you're gonna go down into this space here, just feed it down. There's a big space there. There we go, that one's in there. Okay, so we got the driver side harness down, 25 well, as I showed you before. Now we gotta run the passenger side cable. So just gotta run it in front of the battery. Come along here, so we're gonna go under here. So you can figure out where to strap this, because there's a lot of wire that you can strap that cable onto. Okay, so if you come in here, gotta run this plug under the 2 hoses. I don't know if you can see that. I've got a light here so you can see. Okay, so this is the washer bottle, and we're gonna feed the harness down into the front of the washer bottle. And you can see that. And once you get it in front of the washer bottle, it's in the area of the passenger side fog light. And I'll show you from the underside how you're gonna plug that in. So this is from the underside. Now that jack that we just dropped in on the passenger side in front of the washer bottle, which is here, this is it here, easily fed down. And here's the jack, there's the fog light. So you just plug this in like so, and you make sure you hear the snap. You have to hear that snap. There we go, and that's it. There's the passenger fog light hooked in.